Hi everyone! For today's video, ipapakita ko sa inyo paano ko ginawa itong cake na order ng kuya ko para sa birthday ng girlfriend niya. O diba, sana all! Char! At ito na naman nga po tayo sa bahala ka na sa design. Nakakaloka. Pero dahil super bait at super supportive ng girlfriend ng kuya ko na to, ginandahan ko talaga yung cake niya kasi deserve niya ng magandang cake para sa birthday niya. Medyo mas mataas tong cake na to kaysa sa usual kong ginagawa. Nilagyan ko siya ng straw guys para hindi siya mag-slide kasi itong pasaway kong kuya, motor daw ang ibubuk niya. Kaya ayun, nilagyan ko na lang ng straw para at least makatulong. Anyways, light pink lang yung color ng base neto. For the design naman, nagtingin-tingin ako ng inspo sa Pinterest. Tapos ayun, nagdagdag lang ako ng ibang details. So, pagtas natin siya pakinisin at i-chill ng saglit, nagpahid-pahid lang ako niyan icing para may onting texture. So, ayan, same color lang naman niya doon sa base. Then, nagdagdag lang ako ng darker na pink. Late upload na nga pala to guys kasi nung May 18 pa yung birthday niya. Ngayon ko lang siya na-edit kasi medyo busy talaga ang lola niyo for today's video. Char! Tapos eto guys, nagusik-usik lang ko ng gold. Super lakas makasyala na itong effect na to. Ang kalat lang niya gawin kasi kung san-san siya tumalsik. Then, naglagay din ako ng mga butterflies. Super cute! Gusto ko rin ang gatong cake para sa birthday ko. Pwede nyo nang dito lagay ng stick guys. Pero dahil nga imo-motor, nilagyan ko na lang din para hindi rin mag-slide yung mga butterflies. Para lalo pang gumanda, naglagay din ako ng artificial flowers. Super nice. And para makomplete ang look, syempre gold and white na dragées. Ito na yung cake guys. Super nice. Yun lang naman po for this video. Thanks for watching!
Hey guys, and welcome back to How Much Did I Undercharge This Time? It's like, no, I'm just kidding. But I'm pretty sure I undercharged. So I am curious to know what you guys would have charged for this Pop-It themed cake. It is an 8-inch cake. There are 4 layers because I wanted to divide it and make it rainbow. The mom wanted it that way, so of course I had to do that. I did a vanilla buttercream and then a drip with some almond bark that I colored with gel food coloring. Turned out super cute. I thought it was very smooth. Once I was done with that, I put all the buttercream that I had colored into a piping bag and it made this really pretty rainbow swirl. Then I topped it with those poppers that mom gave me and I had stuck chopsticks in them to stick them to the cake. This is what it turned into. Super cute. I loved it. I also made 2 dozen vanilla cupcakes with that same rainbow swirl buttercream on top.
Hi everyone, my name is Taylor and I'm currently in my last semester of college. I'm in a social media marketing class where we have to grow and manage a new social media account. So I decided to make a TikTok account dedicated to my baking. With the holiday coming up, I decided to do a Valentine's themed cake, which is kind of ironic because Valentine's Day is actually my least favorite holiday, which is probably because I've literally never had a boyfriend. Probably end up spending it doing homework and buying myself flowers. Comment down below what your plans are because I'm sure they're better than mine. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'm really trying to get an A in this class. I'll be putting out new content hopefully every single week. Also, I'd like to point out that these swirls kind of look like turds, but we're just gonna ignore that. So here's the final cake and I really hope you enjoyed watching. Bye!
Can I call you baby? Can you be my friend? Can you be my lover up until the very end? Let me.
Nobody's gonna know. No, I can't. Oh my god.
Okay, how do you get to the point where you can make cakes that match your aesthetic? I feel like I'm stuck making tacky cakes. First of all, no you're not. Thank you so much for
commenting this because I feel so passionately about it. My first piece of advice is do not post anything that you don't want to make again. If you don't love it, if it's not your aesthetic, don't post it. Only post things that you love and you would want to make similar things again, because people request what they see. So even if that means like having to make extra cakes just to build up your portfolio, to show people what you can do and things that are your aesthetic, try doing that. If someone does try to order something that's not in your aesthetic, just offer them an alternative. You can just reply and say that this isn't a style that I specialize in, but I would love to do it this way instead. Send them other pictures, send them a sketch, send them different ideas. You can also encourage your customers not to send you other bakers' work and just explain to them that it makes it hard for you to get creative and come up with your own style.
Halo Bray, saya mau cerita. Jadi dulu waktu saya kelas 3 SD, saya punya musuh namanya Amel. Amel tuh gak suka banget sama saya. Setiap ada orang yang mau deketin saya, dia ngelarang gitu. Kayak bilang jangan deketin dia gitu. Ya kan saya sabaran tuh waktu dulu. Saya biarin aja dia ngomong apa. Saya anggap radio rusak. Nah besoknya saya bawa jajan banyak. Jangan ciki-ciki gitu. Ceritanya mama saya memang mau bagi-bagi di kelas. Nah semua orang pada ngambil tuh jajannya. Saya tawarin Amel, kamu mau nggak? Nah terus dia bilang enggak. Nah saya biarin. Terus sepulang sekolah dia ngadu ke mamanya, dia bilang, Ma, masa semua anak kelas dikasih jajan sama Cia tapi aku enggak, padahal aku udah minta. Lah, kamu mau saya jadiin ayam geprek?
Story time about how my cake got a man caught up cheating. Shame on him. So I had a lady hit me up and she said she wanted to order a Patron cake. What's with these Patron cakes? For her boyfriend. We're going to call him Brian for this story. She wanted it to say happy birthday baby on the banner, but on the label she wanted his name, which was Brian. No big deal. So a couple of days later, I have a lady hit me up and she wanted to order the same kind of cake and she wanted it to say happy birthday Brian. Now I didn't think anything of it because I've had multiple times where people ordered cakes for someone with the same name. So anyway, pickup day rolls around. The first lady came. She picked up the cake. She loved it. I asked her if it was okay to post and she said, sure, go ahead. So I post the cake. A couple of hours later, the second lady came and she's like banging on my door like the police. And I'm like, hello, what's going on? Are you here to pick up your cake? Who did you make that cake for this morning? I'm like, what cake, ma'am? The Patron cake that said Brian on it. That's my boyfriend. Why would you make a cake for somebody that say happy birthday, baby? And she's like, I need to know the name of the person who ordered it. And I'm like trying to reassure her. I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't for him. Maybe it was just someone with the same name. She's like, no, it was sitting on his table when I went in there this morning. You need to give me her name or her number. And I told her that I can't. She was so mad. So she goes home and she's texting me, like, send me her Instagram page. And I told her that I couldn't. So then she starts cussing me out, telling me how I'm unprofessional and I should have called her the second I realized it. And I'm thinking, I'm a cake baker, not Jerry Springer. You need to be mad at Brian, not me.
Hey ladies, it's me, Maddie, and this is why you should not decorate a cake when you're PMSing. I had a long day. I'm getting pre-period cramps, and I just decided that I needed cake, okay? A girl can want cake, and she can make cake if she wants cake, okay? So that's exactly what I did, and I made this chocolate cake, and this chocolate buttercream, and this caramel. I got my little turntable out, and I started stacking my cake. I'm talking, I did this really fast. Like, I just wanted the cake, so I didn't care really so much about how I did it. Of course, I wanted to decorate it for content, but like, I just really wanted the cake, so I didn't really care so much how pretty it was. As you can see, it turned out slanted. Oh, I stuck this massive plastic rod in it. Hopefully it'll hold. Who wants to see how I decorated it?
Guys, I love rainbows so much, and I want to show you a really easy way to get those beautiful rainbow swirls with those super clean lines. You're going to start with a piece of plastic wrap and individual bags of buttercream. You pipe them out side by side and then you roll the whole thing up into a log. Once you've done that, twist the edges and then take a pair of scissors and cut one side off. Fit a bag with your favorite piping tip. Add your buttercream. Squeeze it down to the end and there you have it, the perfect rainbow stripes.
Okie dokie and hello! I am super duper excited to post this cake today. I know I say that I'm excited a lot, but I'm extra excited for this cake. It was a lot of fun and it was also just completely different to anything I had really done before. So the cake is a choc mud with chocolate ganache, yum. And as you can see, it's really tall and skinny. That is the reason why I needed to support the cake, which is what those sticks were at the start. They will stay in the cake the whole time until you cut the cake. And they just stop the cake from falling over. Just quickly, does anyone have any idea what this cake is going to be yet? Because I am about to give it away. So I've got yellow fondant and I mixed it with CMC powder to help it set faster. Next up, I've got an edible image that I put onto the yellow fondant just using water. This is the front cover of a book called Life is Tough But So Are You by Bryony Benjamin. This book was released today, so we're doing a cake to celebrate. I'm just going to take a second to say congratulations to Bryony for releasing her book. So once the front cover, the back cover and the spine were done, I rolled out some white fondant and I put that on the cake just where the pages were going to go. I then added the spine, the front cover and the back cover to my cake and it was looking really cool. I filled in some gaps just with some extra fondant. You know how books have that little bend there? I wanted to try and make the cake look as realistic as possible. For the pages, I used wafer paper. And I basically just cut the wafer paper into L shapes to act as the pages. For anyone that doesn't know, wafer paper is like an edible paper and it's really versatile. It was really cool to use. So once I had all of my pages all measured out, I used a edible glue from Wilton. It's called Dab and Hold. And then I just placed all my pages on. Easy as that. The end result was so cool and I just reckon those pages really finished it off. The exciting thing about this cake as well is that we got to cut it. It was a little bit sad destroying it, but you know what? We got to eat it as well. So that was a win. Winner. Chicken dinner. Once again, congrats to Bryony on the release of her book and thanks for including us in it.
This is how you get that creamy, dreamy, shiny, perfectly pipeable, and tastes literally like ice cream, buttercream that you've all been asking me for. If you're still making American buttercream, stop what you're doing and make this. I promise you won't regret it. We start with egg whites, pasteurized in the carton. They've been heat treated so they're safe for consumption. 170 grams. Now with our powdered sugar, 680 grams. If you don't have a scale, I definitely recommend you get one. It just helps you be a little more accurate. Now onto a stand mixer. You definitely need to use a stand mixer because this stuff has to whip, baby. I'm talking for 20 to 30 minutes. Here I'm adding in my salt, and then a little bit of gel food color in the color purple. This just counteracts the yellowness of the butter, so when we get done, we'll have that pretty white buttercream. in with our room temperature butter and a little bit of vanilla extract. Personally, I just eyeball it. You can never have too much vanilla extract, am I right? So here's the scary part. As it mixes, it's gonna go through all these different stages. Curdled, clumpy, and then it's like it's trying to do something here. But after about 25 to 30 minutes, guys, look at this. This is what you've all been wanting. So shiny and smooth, and oh my god, I literally eat this with a spoon. If you make a double batch like I did in this video, just know that you can freeze it, and now you know.
Listen, I understand that a lot of you guys don't understand the rocks glass or why I would use it to apply to Is It Cake on Netflix when it's not actually cake, but in my defense, I was thinking that it was just a cool technique. And I understand it doesn't look exactly like a rocks glass. Like, I totally get that. And to make a cake look exactly like something that's real is really challenging. But using gelatin is a very common technique to make something look like liquid or glass. You can also use isomalt. It's a combination of different techniques. And I was just trying to show one technique. But if you guys didn't understand that, it's totally okay. I get it. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for hyping it up. And to all the people who told me I suck, that's okay too, because I'm not perfect. I definitely don't always hit the mark. And you're right, there were too many bubbles in the rim, and I don't think it would fool the judges. But I'm going to continue making realistic cakes, and I'm going to continue tagging Netflix to see if I can get on the show, because I think it would be a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, it's just a cake, and it's just a cake show, and I love what I do, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it too.
I have 30 minutes to decorate 3 cakes. These are for my coworker's baby shower. Yes, this is actual cake, not ice cream, and no, Dairy Queen does not sell this. I just hate baking. I don't have the time or patience for it, so I went to Kroger and bought plain cakes to decorate myself. This isn't for a customer or anything. I'm not charging her for it, and I never claim for them to be homemade, so don't come for me. Anyways, I mixed up this cute teal color to base ice the cakes in, and I normally don't do a base layer on ice cream cakes, so I got it as smooth as I could. And Dylan taught me the best decorating hack ever, so I had a full piping bag with a coupler inside of it already, but I decided to use a larger Wilton 1M tip. So instead of making a new bag, you just slide the full one into another bag with the bigger tip. So I used my favorite sprinkles, got a border on there, and then for decorating, I just tried to match the writing that was on the invitation. I really like when people bring in invitations or party favors to match because it kind of gives me something to go off of. I added some sports-themed decorations on top, and I'm actually really happy with how they turned out, considering the fact that
Hey friends, if you're wondering what I'm doing with all these mismatched frostings, well, let me tell you. I'm finally getting around to making a content-only cake. I had this chocolate cake that didn't rise properly for some reason, so I thought I would seize the opportunity to make a cake that is purely for creating content. No one's gonna eat it, not even myself. I know a lot of decorators on social media do this all the time. It's not new to them, but it is new to me. So I'm taking all the little bits of leftover buttercream that I have from other cakes that I would normally use to just frost up some cupcakes for myself to enjoy or something, loading them up extra thick because I wanted the cake to be a little bit taller, and then just sealing it all in with a crumb coat. And then this baby is going to live in my freezer, and I'll pull it out to decorate it, take videos, take pictures, scrape it all off, and then put it back in the freezer. Never to be eaten, forever to be reused. Well, we'll see how long it lasts. So yeah, today I just did the crumb coat, and now it's waiting in the freezer to get its first set of decorations. I have so many ideas, I cannot wait.
Hey guys, it's your girl Maddie, back at it again with a cake. Oh my gosh, it's a fresh cake. Anyways, actually I made this cake for a video that I am doing for an application to apply to Food Network, okay? I want to be on this show called The Great Chocolate Showdown, and I'm applying to do so, and it would mean a lot if you guys help me get on there. You may be wondering, Maddie, how can we help you get Food Network's attention? How can we help you get on the show? Well, what you can do first of all is like this video. And if you guys could tag Food Network in the comments of this video and just of any of my videos, it would mean so much. So please, if you guys don't mind, tag Food Network on this video and go ahead and tag Food Network on just any post of mine. Any exposure helps me, okay? I'm trying to get in front of them, you know what I mean? Shooting my shot, if you will. Anyways, enough about that, but let's talk about the cake here. This is a chocolate covered strawberry cake. I didn't film me putting the chocolate strawberries on because that's what I had to do for the video. But at least you get the gist of how I made it. Look how beautiful.
It's really not that bad. It just needs a little shaping. To the salon!
Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've made a video with a voiceover. I think the last one that I did that on was the cake cutting video that had the internet in a rage. Some of the most common comments that I received on that video was that it was so cheap and that people wouldn't go to someone's house that served cake like that. Well, for one, this is how you cut really tall cakes when you're at like a large event. So weddings, communions, large events. Not everyone eats cake at these events because there's so many other desserts, and a lot of times cake actually gets wasted. So cutting small pieces and just leaving it on the dessert table allows people to go back for seconds if they want. Or for the people who just want a tiny little bite, they're able to just have one serving. You can always get more. And also, cakes are really expensive, guys. We're looking at tiered cakes for events like this. My smallest 2-tier cake starts at $250, and it only feeds like 25 to 30 people. Imagine you have 100 people to serve. Crazy.
Okie dokie, let's make a wedding cake. So first up, I've got a 9-inch cake. This is the bottom tier of a 3-tiered cake. I have placed it on a 14-inch board, and the reason I've done such a large board is because it's going to have quite a big floral arrangement down the bottom. You can see I've done a crumb coat, and now I'm doing the second coat. I guess you could call that a sort of sandy nude colour. And if you're wondering how I actually got this colour, I mixed 2 colours together from the Colour Mill range. I mixed clay and rose. Moving on to the second tier, this is a 7-inch, and I'm going to cover the entire thing in white buttercream. So I did a crumb coat and a top coat. I then chucked that cake in the chiller to get really firm before using this mesh stencil from Caking It Up. These particular stencils are super fine and you almost can't see them on camera. But in person, they look so beautiful and delicate, and it just worked perfectly for this design. Now, I didn't show me covering that top tier in buttercream because it was just a plain white, but it is a 5-inch. And now I'm ready for the florals. Stay tuned.
I get asked this question a lot, and to put it simply, I just don't really eat cake anymore. When I first started making cakes, my family used to eat all the leftover scraps, but now we hardly touch them. I've been doing this since I was 17 years old, so I guess you can say after 6 years of cake, we're kind of over it. Don't get me wrong though, I love my chocolate and I love desserts, but if I had to go for a brownie or cake, I'm definitely going for the brownie.
I'm a cake decorator, but not like one of those professional cake decorators. I'm more of a DIY cake decorator, and I'm always looking for simple hacks to decorate cakes fast because decorating cakes can take so much time, and I got you on this one. I just roughly iced my cake in white buttercream icing and then blotched on all these colors on top. Oh my god, it was so simple and looked so cute.